I mean, I've connected with people. I got a job from this. Now I'm successful in my job from this.
Yeah.
I'll probably start getting some brand deals from this and make money off of it. I mean,
We're super excited to have a guest speaker on today. We have the one and only Kade Hinkle. Yo, Kade, what is going on?
what's up, guys? Glad to be here. I have to say, this is like the perfect name for a podcast. Ridiculously professional. I don't want to be too professional, but I want to be ridiculous and professional.
Yeah.
Whoever picked that name did a good job.
Branson takes all the credit on that one.
Yeah.
Branson takes all the credit
I
on
want
that
it to be a full play where you're like, this is like ridiculously professional. Like it's on it. It's still all over the place, but you actually like learn a whole bunch of stuff. So
Yeah.
super
that
stoked.
nice little balance of just like, wait, can they say that? But we definitely can. We like to skirt that borderline, you know? So just bring
Okay.
some fun vibes to work is what it's all about.
I'll try not to be too unhinged. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, feel free to
Go
let it rip. Feel free to let it rip.
So yeah, we're gonna do this one a little bit different. Normally, I don't know if you've seen, the other shows. Normally we run through each, kind of step. We actually want to make this one just full interview with you. First one we kind of want to get is, just tell us about you. I've been watching your story, love how everything's out there on LinkedIn, but I want to hear from you, like, what's your story?
Let's see. I was born in Michigan. I've been homeschooled my whole life, which I think has helped me a lot in my sales career. I am one of 14 siblings, so that might be a shock to some people listening. And let's see, I've always liked to work. Since I was homeschooled, I had a lot of free time. So I started working when I was 15 in a fast food restaurant. And then I started working in landscaping, working for myself. And I really like to sell to people, but I didn't really like working in the 100-degree heat all day. It was fine, but I didn't want to do it for the rest of my life. So I was like, well, if I could just get into sales all day, that would be ideal. So then I got onto YouTube and I was just watching different salespeople and somehow found LinkedIn. And they were like, dude, you got to get into software sales. So now it's just connecting with everybody in the space. I would go through, let's see, what's his name? Brian Lamanna's posts, and I would just scroll through the likes and connect with all of those people. So that took a while. I got to like 2,000 connections. And then by the time I finally graduated high school, I made a post, and then I got a message from my soon-to-be manager of like offering me an interview. And here I am. I've been here at Commonroom for a month and like 15 days. So
Nice.
Yeah, that's a little bit about me.
It just an incredible story. I mean, like, for people out there, like, Kade, you're ahead of the game, man. And I think there's an opportunity for you to like help a lot of people out there who are also trying to get into tech and also trying to make it happen, right? But let's give Commonroom, you mentioned where you work at. Let's give Commonroom like a shout out here real quick. Give us the elevator pitch on Commonroom. What's great about your guys' platform? Why are people choosing you? Cold call begin right now.
I'm still working this on a little bit because we do so much stuff, but
Yeah.
the baseline of it is we track all of your data from like first party, second party, third party. What does that actually mean? Like we track all your website visits, all of your like job changes, people changing jobs, all of your social interactions, basically any data that you have, like all of these signals. And then we feed that straight into your reps so you can see like who is actually showing intent. And then you can reach out to those people like with our AI plays, like based on your previous success rates, like we give you messaging. Obviously, I'm still pretty bad at explaining it. I don't really explain it on calls. I just talk to them about their problems, but it's kind of the baseline of it.
That's like a pretty good thing to not be pitching when you're on there. Like, have you found just talking to people and then kind of going from there has been what's working really good for you?
Yeah, I just let people talk. I really like that my talk track is usually about 30% on calls because people just want to talk about themselves. So I just ask them questions. I try not to talk about our product at all, but I just talk about like some challenges I've seen, and like then I'll book the meeting and tell them we can help them.
Love it. Love it. Do you guys use any type of like recording software to like call coach or anything like Gong or anything like that?
We do use Gong, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I love Gong. Gong's a great product. Shout out Gong real quick. Yo, we are open for the sponsorship, Gong. But no, whenever I was going through my talk tracks, I'd always try to make sure that every talk segment ends with a question. So I think you're onto something really good there. Like asking a lot of questions, a lot of people will just go straight into the pitch and not actually come with like curiosity or questions. So good on you for already recognizing that. And I'm sure you're setting a lot of meetings with that process. So that's awesome.
I try. I see a lot of people have success on my team that also talk like 70%. So just whatever works for you, I guess.
That's also what I really like. I saw you had a post just about this. It seems like you're real good at like asking for feedback, throwing it
I'd
out
like
there.
to think
Hey,
so. Yeah, if they end up not like booking on the call, I'll be like, this is my first month in sales. I'm
yep,
18. Can you give me any advice? Like, how is my pitch? How is my opener? And like most of
yep.
the time, they're like, oh, dude, yeah, you can fix this. So that helps a lot. Hearing from these sales leaders directly.
Well, one thing that's really cool. Back to like your story, Cade. The white picket fence dream of getting into tech and becoming a BDR and becoming an account executive is alive and well for everyone out there. Obviously, Cade is the epitome of this. Let's just talk like more so why specifically tech. I know you mentioned a couple things like you saw a couple posts or whatever, but like what really drew you to tech and motivated you to go secure a job at 18 as an SDR at an AI company? Like that's crazy.
I think the first thing I saw that it had a good reputation. Like I see all these sales industries with bad reputations, like insurance sales and car salesmen. So that was the one thing. So if I worked here, people aren't gonna be like, "Oh, a salesman." But and then the clear path for promotion. And the biggest thing was I didn't have to go to college because I. It's not that I dislike school, but I don't want to waste time there because I already knew what I wanted to do, and it's
Yeah.
remote.
That is huge. I mean, that is huge, like for people that are trying to get into something that's you don't have to go to college for. And we talk about like a lot of this is learning the ropes as you go. Like even if you learn this stuff in school, you're gonna learn it, all these lessons like as you're going along, anyways. And there's gonna be all sorts of things you'll pull from that. Is there anything that's just like surprised you so far? Like is there anything that you've been like, oh yeah, I didn't think that this was gonna be this way. It's been a short time, but
Not as much as I think it does for other people because this was a long time coming. I knew I wanted to be an SDR for like 6 months, so I'd done a
yeah,
bunch of research. I already knew what I was getting into, opposed to somebody else who would be like, they just saw like, oh, remote 70K, and they get in, they're like, oh, I have no idea what I'm doing. But surprise, I guess I don't really like sending emails, so those take really long. I didn't think that would take so long, but I'm getting better at it. Takes like 3 minutes now. I started at like 10 minutes per email, which was
nice.
not good.
Well, what's your process there? Like, what were you doing before with emails that didn't really work, and what are you doing now that's helping it go from 10 to 3 minutes?
I was just doing way too much research, and I wasn't using our platform. Now I can go to our platform and see all of the signals that each prospect is showing, and I can include those so I can make it more relevant. And I just make them a lot shorter. Nobody wants to read like 200-word emails.
Yeah.
Do you use that on your calls? Like, hey, I use this myself overall to be running this stuff. Is actually can really help you out.
Yeah, I do that. A really good play that one of our reps, one of my colleagues used, like once somebody visits the website, we see that in real time. So she'll actually take a video of herself like looking. She's like, I can see her on the website right now, and I'm sending you to outreach, and I'm just sending this email. This is exactly what happened. And like, what if your reps could see this? And then like that's really popular.
Oh my gosh, that's pretty genius.
Wait, that is golden. That is golden.
To pivot back to the LinkedIn thing, have you found that that's actually helped you in when you're calling? Because I saw you said somebody else saw you on there. Do you think that makes it so it's less of a cold call and more of like a
Yes,
this May calling
insanely.
you?
Like 80% of my meetings are coming from LinkedIn, like messages, people
That's
knowing me
huge.
on the phone, people knowing me LinkedIn. I mean, like you saw the post, but I called a
Yeah.
guy and he was telling me like all the tools that they use already. I was like, oh yeah, sounds like you've got it figured out, which is like the worst thing to say. And he was like, yeah. And then there's just like an 8-second pause. He was like, are you that guy from LinkedIn? I was like, yeah, that's me. And then he started talking more, and I ended up
Yeah.
booking him. And now they're like in the deal cycle, so it's kind of funny. But yeah, LinkedIn's been super good.
Using your fame to your advantage. Atta boy, dude. Good stuff.
I wouldn't call it fame, but I just did get 5,000 followers. I don't know when
Nice.
the fame status comes.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely say you're viral on LinkedIn. I mean, LinkedIn is a smaller platform compared to other social media platforms, but you're off to a great start, dude, and early into your career. I mean, the sky's the limit.
I've got to pass my manager. He's at 70,000. So I got a lot
Man,
to go.
you got a bit to go.
Yeah.
Are you building up on other platforms, or is LinkedIn like your main go-to?
I'm just doing LinkedIn. I don't really like any other platforms. If I
Yeah.
were to do it, it would be like Substack or something. I don't like Instagram or Facebook or YouTube, but Maybe I'll do that in the future. Start
Nice.
a podcast like you guys.
Yeah,
It's
you
pretty
should.
fun,
You
honestly.
should. Maybe we can flip the script too. We can be guests
Yeah.
on your second guest on your podcast.
I'd have you as the first guest.
Ah, what an honor. What an honor. Let's turn that one. We're going to turn that one into a YouTube short. That one's going to be going out immediately. Kade, we're going to hold you to that. Deal has been made.
Yeah, then you're gonna hold that to me for when
Yeah.
I'm older.
We will remember. Nah, so we got the vibes going. You just recently did an SKO, your first
I
one,
did,
right?
yes. In
All right,
Seattle.
Give us the rundown. I heard you were on a boat, by the way. I saw the picture. You guys were on a boat. By the way, I sell into the marine tourism industry, so I need to know what company that was. But tell us about SKO. How was it?
It was a lot of fun. It was on the, as I said, it was in Seattle. It was more fun because I didn't have to pay for anything, which is pretty awesome. We did a bunch of training. We hired like 2 new sales leaders like 2 months ago. So they came in here. We have like a whole new sales process. It's super good. It was pretty messy before. So there's a lot of exciting stuff going on. And almost like 60% of the people are new, including myself. Like everybody's been hired in like the past 2 months. So we're growing really fast. And since it was in Seattle, I was pretty tired because the time changed. So that was a little annoying, but no, it was a lot of fun meeting everybody in person. I mean, they're all super nice, and the team is gonna like absolutely crush it this whole rest of the year and like years to come.
Do you like having like a bunch of people that you can bounce stuff off of? Because also I see like your team really hypes you up too. Honestly, because they pop, like I see their posts pop up. It seems like everybody's hyping each other. Is that kind of how you're seeing things too?
Yeah, everybody's super supportive. Like they're all liking my posts. They'll message me on Slack, and they're always there for support. And like, because I've heard so many bad stories with like managers, like, hey, you need to stop posting. But
Yeah,
my manager's like, dude, keep this up. You're booking meetings from this. Like, just
that's
keep being
amazing.
yourself. And so it's really nice having a supportive cast around me, and they're not like giving me a mean side eye or something.
Let's dive into that a little bit. Like, let's talk about posting on socials, posting on LinkedIn. Why, like, Kade, obviously it's helping you. Why do you think people are against that? Do you think it's the posting is like not hitting the right audience, or people just don't really see the value in posting on socials?
I think they just don't make time for it, and they don't. I mean, I think people want to. Like, I've talked to a few people like, I just don't want to have other people see my posts. And believe me, that's how I was. Like, I get made fun of my family for it, but I'm like, hey, I'm making money for it, so I'll laugh back at your face. But anyway,
It's the ultimate
let's see.
flashback.
No, but
Mic drop.
for me, the reason why I started posting, obviously I got a job from it, and
Yeah.
now I'm booking meetings from it. But the reason I started posting is because we have such a big presence. Like, so many people from our company have like 10,000 followers, 30,000 followers. My manager has 70,000, and we sell to salespeople. So
Yeah,
all the salespeople are going to be on LinkedIn. And if I can build a credible name for when I do outreach to them later, like, that's big. And it's already been working.
So what you're saying is me and Branson are just prospects, and you came onto this show to sell us Commonroom.
In a way, yeah.
yeah. Hey, it's a smart move.
Send me the contract. I'm sold, baby. Send me the contract.
I mean, but for real though, like no disrespect to Commonroom, but the only reason I know about Commonroom is because I see your name popping up constantly, and I'm reminded. I mean, I think it's huge. Like, you're out there marketing it all over all over the place.
Yeah. If I can give it a good reputation, that'll be nice. Like,
Yeah.
if people see me and then they just see Commonroom,
Yeah,
obviously I'm not trying to get all weird and like be emotionally attached to my company, but
yeah,
it's good to give it a good reputation.
yeah. And I think it shows. Like I said, for me, so I like to see. This is probably just being a salesperson. I like to see the dynamics of the team and hyping people up, because I know that if that's how it is externally, then internally, probably got a good flow going on. So I think it tells a bigger story too.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the team is super supportive again, like I said.
Yeah.
And if they're even if they're showing that on LinkedIn, if other people are seeing that, that's big.
100%. Let's hear some war stories. So you've been cold calling for a month. You wanted to get into sales. You got into sales. You've probably been doing a lot of cold calling. Any crazy calls yet?
Not any crazy ones. Nobody cursing me out yet. I will say I'm calling into growth and I'm calling to salespeople. So the pickup rate is pretty high, and they're usually pretty nice because they cold call too, so they understand it. One guy, this was my first ever pickup. I made a post about this. I was like, let me say this by saying I don't like this opener anymore, but I was like, hey, let's see, what did I say? I was like, hey, this is a cold call from an 18-year-old. This is my first day on the phones. I was hoping you could give me some feedback. And he was like, dude, you sound like you're 50. And then he just hung up.
No way.
That was the one I commented on because I was like, well, I mean, he did give you feedback. Like, he told you sounded like you were 50. Like,
Yeah, then I went to the next one. I was like, hey. And I was like talking in a higher voice.
So for the next one, did you say, hey, this is a cold call you're getting from a 50-year-old? Will you take a meeting?
I did not. I could have done something like that for LinkedIn, but it wouldn't work.
Yeah, no.
Wouldn't work for
no.
sales.
Zach, I think you actually have something that could help with that to make the calling the voice overall to be.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm a kid. We're new to this, right? We're upgrading the tech stack, right, with podcasting. So I just got an interface and gotta have some fun with the interface. It has a voice change mode. So
We are now officially in voice change mode. Should I do a cold call with this voice? Do you think you would get a meeting?
I don't think so. Do I have that voice right now?
no, that's
Oh,
that's
okay.
how you've sounded the whole time.
I hope not. Maybe I sound experienced. That's good. I
Yeah.
can just say that this is a cold call from an old guy. I'm really experienced.
Yeah.
Just hear me out.
No, one of the worst cold experiences I've ever had with a cold call was this person hit me with the do something that has more sustenance to your life thing. You know what I mean? And that was early on, and I had to put the
Ooh.
phone down for a second, and I was like, "Am what I doing? Does this matter? Do
Ooh.
I matter? Like, why did I do?" Like, I had that introspective moment, but then I finally was like, "Nah, dude, that guy's just mad. He's having a bad day, and he's just taking it out on me. Like, I'm not gonna let that affect me." So, have you haven't really had like a big challenge yet on cold calling, huh?
Nah, I wouldn't necessarily say people like trashing me or something like that, but it is hard when I have been like messing up quite a bit. It's hard when you do that, but at least I'm learning something from every call.
Well,
And
let's dive into that. Like you say, messing up a little bit, or you're learning a lot. Like, what exactly are you learning from cold calling?
I just need to learn how to pivot in the call better when they ask certain questions, or at least push for a demo and not get super technical. Like they'll ask me a question about a competitor, and if I don't know the exact answer, like I don't know what else to say, and I need to get better at that.
What's some of the things that have you practiced anything that like any concepts with your mentor or anything?
Yeah, we have these battle cards about like all of our competitors that we just got, and they're super super helpful, like where we stack up against other companies, and those have been really good. And yeah, that's been pretty helpful. We just went over that at SCO, so
Nice.
that's really good.
You guys aren't Raco yet?
I don't know what that means.
Over the past couple of years, like I feel like the sales word has started to die, and the revenue word is starting to pick
Yeah.
up. So a lot of sales teams changed it from SKO to RKO. But I see you shaking your head. I think it comes from what you said earlier in the call too, where there's like salespeople kind of get a bad rep because of like used car sales, maybe some techniques and insurance sales and whatnot. So I think that sales word has started to be maybe trashed a little bit. So revenue is maybe a concept that sounds cleaner. I don't know. But I like SCO because it sounds like let's go in one word. It's like a short, like, let's go, dude. Let's go make some calls.
I guess if you put it that way, yeah. We didn't make any calls there though.
Oh,
Dude,
man.
you gotta
missing
make calls at
out.
SKO. You guys didn't make calls?
No, we
Oh.
did, but not in like a circle.
Yeah.
Not like that.
Everybody ripping dials.
You guys weren't holding hands making calls together? Come on, man. That's not an SKO.
Do you want to keep running like AE? Go up? Like, what's your goals from here? Like, I know it's still
I do wanna
super
be-
early.
Yeah. Right now, I really want to focus on getting good at this, but
Yeah.
I do want to be an account executive by the time I'm 20. And then past that, it's a little blurry. I really like leadership, so I might go into something like that or start my own business or something else. But
Nice.
we'll see. I'm sure whatever it is, I'll still be in sales because I like sales.
I mean, sales is everything.
Oh, yeah.
Like we talked about this recently with the Sam Altman post from a few years back, where he was just like, you get to a situation where you realize middle to senior positions are in some way, shape, or form sales. So
Oh, yeah.
I think people like us have such a advantage because we've learned these skills early in the career, and it's going to be skills that we take for, like, you're always going to be trying to drive curiosity from scratch, right? And that's like the name of the game with a BDR. You're always going to be trying to set meetings with people. If you want to start your company one day, you're going to have to get rounds of funding or seedling, right? How's that any different than trying to set a meeting with someone to teach them about Commonroom, right? So the base skills that you're building as a business development representative is just phenomenal, man. And you're just like way ahead of the game, and I'm excited to see where it takes you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I really
Yeah.
like it. It's a lot of fun.
What advice? Let's help out some other people out there, because our show, we didn't really do our beginning segment, but like the purpose of me and Branson doing this is to help people who want to get into tech, and then people who are in tech to help scale their careers. Maybe this just like serves as a little window into what the culture or vibe, if you will, looks like for people who work into tech, and then just share some ideas that can help them scale. So if you're talking to someone out there who wants to get into tech, maybe is watching the show, and they want to do something like you, get into a BDR position to start off, what advice are you going to give them? What are you telling them?
I can say what worked for me, and that's just everything LinkedIn. Since I'm 18, I'm not going to go to an interview and like wow them with my experience. I just have to get an interview from actually knowing people. So just get on LinkedIn, start connecting with people, and once they accept your connection request, just message them, ask for advice if you're trying to get an interview, and then start posting. Like some guy was posting on LinkedIn, I'm sure you guys saw him, but he was posting for like 5 months, and then he just got an like enterprise SDR role at I can't remember the name of the company, but it's like a really good company. So like just post. Like I just posted that I was looking for a role, and I got an interview just after that one post. So just get on LinkedIn, do everything with LinkedIn, just connect with other salespeople, and yeah, that's basically all I did.
Yeah. Quick follow up to that too. Once you actually kind of get your foot in the door with an interview, what are things you can do to be successful in that interview process? Like what helped you?
Well, luckily for me, I wasn't being interviewed by hiring managers. I was being interviewed by actual salespeople. So what I did is first I read through like all their LinkedIn posts so I could see what they care about and how they talk. And then I went to YouTube, and like they all had interviews. So I watched those so I could see how they talk and when they pause, all that stuff. And just have a conversation. You don't need to be perfect. You don't have to write down every answer. Like I heard somebody say, I'd rather hear you stumble through an answer than give me some robotic AI answer.
100%. I'm actually going through a hiring process right now, and I've seen a lot of we're hiring an SDR at WaveRes, and I'm more impressed by someone who will say, honestly, I don't know the answer to that, but I want to learn more about what you're talking about. This is generally about the industry that I sell into, which is a very niche industry that not everybody fully understands. But I'd rather hear that than someone be like, you hear like the keyboards clacking and they're going into ChatGPT real quick, and they're like, what is the marine tourism industry? What is WaveRes? Oh, it's SaaS for reservations. And I'm like, I know you like just looked that up on chat. But yeah, no, I think that's what I'm hearing is just being genuine is key, and doing your research.
Yes, and always come with too many questions. Like I came with like 20 questions for my final interview. I thought that was way too many, but like the guy really liked to talk, and I ended up somehow using all of them. And he was like, "Dude, this is like one of the best interviews I've had." I was like, "Nice." But like that whole time, I wasn't really like saying anything. Like he was just talking, which is good.
Absolutely.
We were talking about too. I think it's solid because if you were talking before about not being afraid to post. If you're not afraid to post yourself and you're not afraid to call, like that should be like a first what do you call it? Like a first thing for people that are hiring to look at. Like if this guy's not afraid of doing any of this, they're definitely gonna not be afraid of, I guess, learning stuff.
Yeah.
Well, how is it any different, right? Because like if you're a BDR, if you're a seller and you're sending out emails with your picture associated to your profile logo, or you're making cold calls with your name attached to it, how is that any different than making a post on socials? Like you're in one aspect of it, maybe you're just doing it for the business that you work for with like emails and calls, right? But if you're making posts on social, you're also representing the company that you work for as well as your brand and building your brand. But really though, like this is what blows my mind about people who are afraid to post, which I feel like it's really important in today's age just to get your brand and the company's brand out there. How is that any different than sending out a bunch of cold emails or making a bunch of cold calls? You're still using your like name, image, and likeness. It's just one is only serving the company's purpose, whereas social posts serve both purpose. No?
Yeah. I think it's because people just don't want their family and friends to see it. That's what I've heard from like 3 people, and like that's basically it. They're just scared what other people think of them, which if you're in sales probably isn't the best thing, but people are super successful that don't post, so it's not like you have to do it, but it's really helpful if you do.
Yeah, no, that's a good call. Yeah, like you don't like posting doesn't necessarily equate to success. Success doesn't necessarily equate to posting. But yeah, it just blows my mind because it'd be nice, like especially on a platform like LinkedIn. I think I was looking at the reports recently. LinkedIn only 1%, like 90% of the content comes from 1% of the posters. It's something crazy like that. Whereas with like X, Instagram, other socials, like there's a bigger pool of people that are actually posting. So for LinkedIn, like what I'm getting at is like, yo, people, like share your ideas. Let's all like collaborate a little bit more so it's not like the same people that are just posting over and over again, right? I would just like to see like a little bit more collaboration, a little bit more different takes on LinkedIn. Which honestly, back to you, Kate, is like really, really appreciative of what you're doing because you recently, I think it was a post or like a comment that came up in my feed where you were like talking about discernment in LinkedIn. And I just thought that was like, honestly, really, really wise, like a really wise way to look at it. What are your, like, tell the people what you mean by that. When you say you need some discernment on LinkedIn, like, what do you mean?
Sorry, I had to cough there.
All good.
Well, let's see. I get a lot of bad advice on there. Bad advice.
No.
On LinkedIn, are you serious?
No way. On LinkedIn, dude?
There's no way.
Bad advice in my DMs and on my posts, more so my posts, because, I mean, people don't know my situation. They don't know who I'm, almost everybody, they don't know who I'm selling to. They don't know what kind of, like, they don't know all the details of what I'm doing. So they can't give me advice. You just have to listen to your managers. And
Yeah.
so it's important. You need to take everything with a grain of salt. But also it's really good because I'm booking meetings off of it and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
there's also a lot of bad stuff on there. A lot of bad creators just trying to sell you a free playbook to break into tech sales, all that garbage.
Okay, let's talk about that. Kate, what are your thoughts on the like, yo, I have the perfect sheet that will make you like a millionaire. All you got to do is comment, I'm awesome, and I'll send you the sheet. What are your thoughts on those posts?
I don't want to trash anybody, but I'm
Fair.
I'm not a
Fair.
fan of them. If you're making a bunch of money off something, I probably wouldn't share it unless I made like $1 billion and I'm like, hey guys, just do this. But I think it's just engagement bait and they just want a bunch of comments and stuff. But I don't know. I've never actually like commented me to get the free playbook, so I don't know what it's actually like. But I've also never seen a post of like, I used this guy's playbook and it was actually super good. Like I only see the post where it's like, comment this and do this.
That's a good point. That is a good point.
How much time do you spend commenting a day, would you say? Like
That's a good question. Put your cards on the table, Cade.
Just make it out.
I wish I could go through and comment on every post that I see, but I'm like,
Yeah.
I have no idea what this guy's talking about. I'm just gonna scroll. But I try to just comment before I post and then after I post.
Nice.
For like, it's usually just throughout the day though. But there's not like a certain time where I'm like, okay, 1 hour a day on LinkedIn, post, comment. Like, I just post when I'm done working and I'll comment throughout the day so people can, see my name more.
Yeah.
Nice.
No, I think that's huge because I talked about on one of my other posts that I think that with people writing more and more like AI style emails and everything, if they know you're a real human, oh, hey, I've seen you before. All right, this email coming in, maybe if it doesn't seem right, it doesn't matter. I'll still talk to this person. Like, I think that it's the people that they actually don't know if they're actually real people. Because I got an email like that. It said like it was Elena, the AI salesperson, AI VP. And I was like, are you a human or an AI? And they were like, of course I'm a human. Like, I'm like, okay, no, definitely not a human. So I think that it like really like gives that whole like people know you're a real person.
Yeah. Can we talk about that? AI killed off so many good words. Like, I can't use good words in my posts anymore. Like, streamline. I can't say, like, insights, because if I say any of those, people are going to be like, oh, AI was written by this. Like, no, it wasn't. I just want to use these words.
Yeah, you bring up a great point. We talked about this, I think, in episode 7 or 6, where we were like, you actually have to try to speak with bad grammar these days to prove that you're a human. Like, that's insane. Like, if you think about that, that's crazy.
Yeah, I've seen some people post, they write an AI script and then they'll put it on LinkedIn and then they'll go through and just like misspell a couple words to make it seem like they wrote it. It's crazy out here.
That's actually insane.
We're all trying to prove to each other that we really are real humans, you know? Like, what
That's
is
so weird.
going on right now?
It's
Oh
also
my
the same with the
goodness.
M dash. Like, you can't use it, period. Like, even though it's a real thing that you could use.
The M dash died.
Yeah.
It just
I'm
died.
just adding commas all the time. I'm like, nope.
Yeah, I used to use those all the time. I liked them, but now
Yeah.
you just
do it.
can't.
Are you a big sports fan?
Yeah, I mean, I was born in Michigan. I'm a fan of everything Michigan: Tigers, Lions, Michigan football, Michigan basketball.
That's awesome. Have you seen our sports minute?
I have not. It's just like a rapid fire thing.
Yeah, so it's like newer. It's kind of like we're trying to combine. I'm big sports. By the way, shout out my San Diego Padres. Sponsorship is open, by the way, if you really want it. That one might be a big one. No. See, I see that thumb going down right now. Let me tell you about last night. I was at the ball game, and the second I walked into Petco, man, Giants home run heading right our way. I always sit in right field with Tatis. That's where Tatis plays, right? Second I go through the tunnel, I see the home run coming. Tatis comes out of nowhere, jumps like 10 feet in the air, robs the home run. This had to have been on SportsCenter top 10 last night. I bet. If not, it's going to be on today. But anyways, shout out my Padres because we just an electric game yesterday, and then the Rockies beat the Dodgers. The 10-win Rockies beat the Dodgers last night too. So now we got a really tight race in the NL West, but big sports guy, if you can't tell. We'll probably cut a lot of that, but we're for our other sports fans out there, because we know there's a lot in sales. We try to do this sports minute where we're combining like tech in sports and like the sports itself. So we try to just like bring some fun stories to the table to talk about. Like last week we talked about the humanoid robot games in Beijing. And then some like new tech that rugby players are using to avoid concussions. So you should check it out, man. It's we try to kind of combine tech and sports together into one segment.
Where can I find it? Is that here? Like we're about to do
That was
that?
our last episode. No, we had it on
Yeah,
the last
okay,
episode.
okay.
Yeah.
So and maybe we should have led with this too, but for like any new listeners out there, maybe we can put this in the beginning. Like we generally have a segmented show. So we go through 4 main segments. The first segment is always the tech report, which is major news and headlines in tech. The second segment is AI intervention, where we talk like all things AI. We kind of do some like tips and tricks on how to use it, what to avoid, so on and so forth. And then we dive into Sports Minute. We do some thoughts on leadership, and then we usually end the show with sales talk. And it's just kind of like what we're seeing in sales. So for you and guests coming onto the show, we want to just do like interviews and like hear your story.
Okay.
But yeah, and the show is normally segmented, and so yeah, man, you gotta check it out. I'm gonna put you on blast for not watching a show but hopping on one.
I like to come in knowing nothing. I'll watch it after, but I don't want to know what I'm getting into, so that I can give real answers.
I like good answer, good
That's a
pivot,
good way to go.
good pivot, good pivot.
Yeah, we wanted to make it like pardon the interruption for business. That was like our first one. We wanted it to be fast and then be saying all sorts of like stuff, and we're still trying to figure that out too. Because I mean, this is kind of it's kind of the same as being a BDR or SDR and like getting into it. You learn as you go, and you're like, all right, let's try this out. All right, that worked, that didn't. Kind of whole thing.
Exactly.
That's a
The
great
other thing
show. That's a great show. That's a good thing to base it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. We love to hear that. That's kind of what it all started from. We also love to try to keep this show 30 minutes, and so we're getting to our final here. And so we just know people are busy and have their lives to get to, and obviously work to get to. A lot of commenting on LinkedIn to get to, Mr. Hinkle. But the last thing, kind of like final question here is obviously the people who tune in and the people who will tune into the show are people generally in tech trying to make it happen. So if you could give one last piece of advice to anyone out there in tech, hustling every single day, trying to start a company, trying to close deals, trying to set meetings, ambitious people like you, what's your mic drop advice?
Not a mic drop, but just get on LinkedIn. Do everything LinkedIn.
We'll make it a mic drop.
We've been honestly we've been trying to say that.
Edit it.
That is kind of the secret.
Yeah.
You got to get on LinkedIn, and that's been such a like common thread throughout our conversation here today. Like,
Yeah.
that kind of seems like the secret right now. Just be active on LinkedIn, post, connect, find jobs,
Makes
value.
sales easier.
make sales easier. Yeah.
Yes. I mean, I've connected with people. I got a job from this. Now I'm successful in my job from this.
Yeah.
I'll probably start getting some brand deals from this and make money off of it. I mean, it's even if you don't have to post, just connect with people. You'll find so many opportunities.
100%. 100%.
It's awesome. Well, yeah, man, we really appreciate you hopping on. That's all I got.
Yeah. Well, hey, we'll
edit that.
We'll edit that. We'll cut that. We'll dive into it. Hey.
No. There's no cutting.
All right, we're leaving that in. Kate said we're leaving that in. But honestly, thank you for everyone out there. This has been a really fun show. This has been our second guest. Kate is like a sales warrior who just randomly got his way into tech and is proof in the pudding that, one, the tech dream is still very well alive, and there's some good advice here for everyone out there that's trying to make it happen in tech too. So we appreciate you. Thank you very much for listening to the show. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in episode 10 when we get back to the regular segments. Thank you very much.
Thanks. See ya.
Peace.